The West African country of Niger consistently ranks among the poorest and least developed countries in the world in United Nations reports. That poverty, combined with recurring food shortages when the harvest is poor, has NGOs in the country searching for ways to give Nigerians a helping hand. Free food handouts are one way NGOs have helped Nigerians survive through tough times. But recently, NGOs have been focusing more on the problem of dependency and have been looking for ways to help Nigerians help themselves. My second morning in Niger, I saw a new strategy in action. I took a trip outside the capital of Niamey to visit a food distribution site with Steve, a development worker with a Christian relief and development agency in Niger. He asked that his agency not be named for security reasons. The distribution took place about 45 minutes away, a few hundred yards off the highway. Several hundred people from nearby villages had congregated to purchase large bags of millet. Each bag is supposed to contain enough grain to feed a family for a month, though that varies depending on the family's size. When I showed up at the food distribution site just before 9 a.m., some families were already waiting for the grain truck, with donkey carts to carry food back to their homes. Women waiting for millet said they didn't have any food at home to cook. One woman said she had 20 small children to feed at home. This food distribution proceeded similarly to others I saw and heard about in Niger. This relief organization, like many, has decided that giving free food to people in need has poor long-term effects and ends up creating dependency problems. In some cases, families spend less time and energy farming each year because they expect food from NGOs when they run out. So instead of handing out free millet sacks, Steve works with a local church-based community group to sell grain at a subsidized price, lower than it would be on the market, but not free. Church leaders in each community visit families in the village and decide who needs grain most. Then those selected can buy the millet at the distribution site where the sacks cost 10,000 Central African francs, about $20 US, less than half the market price of about 25,000 francs. The church leaders who volunteered to coordinate this food distribution had a list of the families who could buy food, the number of sacks of millet each family could buy, and the price that family had to pay. This year, Steve's organization gave discounts based on each family's farming habits. A farming technique his group helped introduce involves digging holes for millet seeds and filling them with compost when they plant. They have found that these holes, called zai holes, increase crop yield by 2 or 3 times, so they are trying to encourage local farmers to start digging more zai holes. Giving a food discount for the number of zai holes in a family's farm is a good incentive, though Steve did not announce the discount before the distribution. Most development workers I talked to in Niger agree food distribution of some sort, though inefficient as a development tool, is necessary in small amounts, since it serves the very practical purpose of keeping Nigerians alive when there is no food to be had.